I think what inspired me to be a punk was sort of Sex Pistols on the telly, causing chaos and swearing on TV and just being obnoxious. So I got into them, discovered their music, and then discovered the rest of the music called punk, and I just loved it. It's fast, loud, obnoxious, just like me really. I'm Simon Healy. I'm from King Swinford, 61 years old. I've lived around here all my life apart from the first 6 months. That's about it. The Pistols, never saw the Sex Pistols at the time because they weren't actually around for long. But then saw the Ramones, the Damned, which is still going, Damned is still going follow around now. Sham 69, Angelic Upstart, Zillows, which again saw Saturday. I'll still go and watch these bands. But that's sort of the early Sex Pistols.
Oh yeah.
Then Damned, which is actually the first punk album.
Actually?
Yeah, that's the first punk. That came out before Nevermind the Bollocks, the Sex Pistols. Well, it's great, because it was something you did with your mates. It's like a social thing, really. And it was, I'd been a rebel myself, and I didn't like being told what to do, and it sort of fitted in with my sort of lifestyle.
What were your parents like about punk stuff?
You'll grow out of it.
Yeah.
They were quite liberal, really. They didn't really mind. Well, they did, but they let me get on with it.
Yeah.
It's a good job, really. They just accepted it for what you were. And to be honest, there's a lot of it around at the time. So it wasn't as if you just stepped off a plane from Mars or something. You know. All your mates are sort of into it, so it's like a social thing. All your mates, you went out together, and some became into it more than others.
Yeah.
Like I did, I suppose. There was like rockers, hippies, mods. At that time, there were lots of different youth cultures around, and sometimes there's a bit of clashes, but it's all part of it.
Did you ever take part in one?
Not really. The worst trouble we got from all the youth cultures, the police.
Yeah.
The police didn't like anybody being different, and they were, in those days, they tended to push you around and be a bit more aggressive. I think sometimes there's a bit of violence at gigs, occasionally. A couple of times the police were breaking it up, so they didn't like you having fun. Oh yeah, continually stopped and searched. You'd be out just walking out, just even on your own, and the police would stop you, search you, pull you over, intimidation, lots of bullying. If you saw you on a t-shirt, they didn't like it. It made you stand out to the punk, to be pushing you around, trying to get a reaction out of you to fight back so you could get into more trouble. I suppose there's people like this band called the Angelic Upstart, a singer called Menzie, and he was more of a social. Did lots of social things. He was from the northeast, so when Thatcher closed down the pits, he was very for the miners and things like that. And he was probably quite left-wing, but the politics, you didn't follow the politics, you followed the songs. So I think he was quite not so represented as he could have been. Anarchy, we didn't really know what anarchy was at the time. It was just a new word. When the Sex Pistols anarchy in the UK, it was just a word. Everyone was in it just for the music and having a good time, social, night outs and no one cared about politics. That's what for your parents.
Yeah.
The first time I became aware of politics was Thatcher was in power. She came to power after it was a long period of Labour government, and Britain was really down. There was like strikes, rubbish on the streets, and then Thatcher came to power, and everybody hated Thatcher. And then
why did everyone hate Thatcher?
Basically like austerity, conservatives after the last government.
Yeah.
It was like that. And she was very closing pits down, closing things down because they weren't paying for themselves. So rather than keep them going, she shut them down, no matter the consequences. But then
is that kind of like the mining strikes,
that's what started it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then from that, I hated Thatcher. Everybody hated Thatcher. But then it came to Falklands, and when she said the task force and we won the Falklands back, I thought it's all right now.
Do you ever regret being a punk at all?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No, I think I'm still a punk, really.
Yeah. That's great to hear.